Okay, so these are some more progressive exercises from the very basic pelvic floor based exercises that we did in the last series. So we've got a Fitball and we've got a band. So if you don't have a Fitball at home, you are welcome to just do a plank on the ground and just not carry a ball with the leg lift exercise. So you can certainly deal without having the Fitball. I prefer to use a Fitball myself because it makes it a little bit more difficult, more challenging with the stability, but it's totally not a required thing to have. The other thing that I'm going to be using is a TheraBand. These flat ones are good because it won't roll around your feet, which you will see what I mean when we get to that exercise. So that's the two pieces of equipment that we've got with these. These are quite cheap. You can get them from Rebel Sport. We sell them here at the clinic. They're only $10, so they're a worthwhile investment when you're building up your abdominal strength. All right, so what we're going to do is some Fitball rollouts first of all. So you're concentrating on good position through here, and you are rolling out and rolling back in. Okay, just keeping good posture. Okay, roll, roll, roll. I'm not bending at the hips, so everything's staying straight here. Okay, if you want to add more difficulty to this exercise, then you will go onto your toes and then lift up like that. Okay, so again, it's nice quick movement with the lifting up. And if you are doing the lifting up version, then you make sure that the ball will be underneath your arms. Okay, so you don't end up with the ball here because it will be too hard for your shoulders to hold that. So again, it's hands by your side a little bit, lifting up and bring it back down. Okay, I'm going to keep going with the easier version where we're just rolling up and rolling back. Okay, so it's a bit of a shoulder exercise as well. Quite a nice all body exercise, and you'll feel your core activating to keep yourself nice and steady with this. Okay, we're going to do 5 more in this little routine today. Three, 2 more to go. 4 and 5. You'll notice with those ones, I'm not really holding with it. If you wanted to make them a little bit more difficult, you can add a 3-second hold with each of those. Next one is a single arm Fitball rollout. Okay, and these ones you will have to stay onto your knees. Same principle, you're staying nice and straight through here. You start with your hand in the middle of the ball, slightly lower, and then you are rolling outwards. Okay, so you'll see me with this, I'm probably going to be shaking a little bit more than what I was with the previous exercise, and that's because it's obviously quite a lot harder. I've got my full body weight through my right arm here, so it certainly is a big jump in terms of level of difficulty. You might have also noticed that my feet was rising in that previous repetition, and so you're wanting them to stay down when your feet rise is because you're trying to help yourself with your hamstrings, but obviously we're wanting it to be your core muscles and your shoulders working with this one. We're just going to do 2 more on our right side, and then we're going to move on to our left side. There. All right, and moving on to our left side. So my left side is not as strong as my right side, so I will not get out as far, and that's totally fine. It's one of the great ways that you can modify this exercise yourself, is just don't go out quite so far. You'll still get benefit from this exercise, and again, if you want to be adding in a hold, like I suggested with the double arm version, you'll be able to build up your endurance with this exercise. That's the thing I love about these floor-based exercises, is that you can always modify them to yourself, to your body and how you're feeling on each and every day. Because as we know, as humans, one day we might be firing at 100%, the next day we might only be firing at 80%, and that's totally fine. So as long as you've got some modifications, consistency is the key when you're wanting to build up your abdominal strength. Okay, we're going to do 3 more on our left side to even ourselves up. Okay, and with the double arm Fitball rollout and the single arm, you'd probably be wanting to do a couple of rounds of that at home. Okay, last one. All right, next exercise, I'm going to be lying on my back. Okay, we're going to be having the Fitball on our feet. If the Fitball is reasonably heavy at the end of our feet, because obviously we've got long levers with our legs. So it is quite a difficult exercise, this one. So you may want to not worry about the Fitball or to skip this exercise if you're struggling. All right, so we're going to be laying on our back, placing the ball here between our legs. Okay, and we're going to be lifting up and then bring it back down. Okay, what I'm focusing on is that I'm not allowing my lumbar spine to arch with this one. Lifting up and bring it back down. Okay, obviously if you bring the ball too far up, then you will simply roll the ball down your legs. So the idea of this is that if you lift the ball too far up, you're going to be getting just hip flexor. So that's the purpose of the ball. It gives a little bit of weight, but it also, if you rise up too much, which would only get hip flexor, then the ball will simply roll off. Okay, so it's kind of a double bonus. Okay, so I'm focusing on not allowing my lumbar spine to arch too much. It will arch a little bit as I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more now. Those people who are stronger might be okay to do up to 20 of this, okay, but it is quite a difficult exercise. Okay, last one. Beautiful. Okay. All right, now we're going to grab our TheraBand, okay, and we're going to do a controlled roll down exercise. I'm placing this around my feet, okay? That's why the flat bands work best, because they're not likely to roll off your foot, because it can be very painful if a band rolls off your foot and slaps you in the face. So here you've added a bit of force through there, then you're going to roll down through your spine, all the way down, and then curling back up. Okay, sorry, I might just bring my bum in here a little bit more. Almost came off the mat then. Okay, I've made it nice and tight, and then I'm rolling down, using the band to help me control, and then I'm rolling back up. Okay, you'll have noticed with that one that I kind of had to hoik myself up, and that's because I didn't have the band quite tight enough. Okay, so I'm going to double them over like this and make it so I'm a bit better controlled. Curl, 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 and then curl, curl, curl. That was a little bit better. Okay, but as you can see, I might be better off using a heavier band. Okay, because for all these exercises, we're still wanting good control. Okay, so I might even double that over again around the back of my legs. And then controlling back up. Okay, we're just going to do 2 more. 1. And last one of this. Roll down and then roll back up. Okay, so our final exercise is lean back with some rotation. Okay, so you're here. You might want to cross over the band, just gets the right angle, and then you're going to lean back a little bit, and then your elbows tucked into your side and rotate. Okay, I'm still staying leaning back, tuck into side and rotate. Tuck into side and rotate. Okay, you're being very conscious that if your back is irritated with this one, that you'll be more upright, but obviously you'll get more abdominals activating if you're leaning further back. So it's elbows tucked in and rotate. Elbow tucked in and rotate. Tuck in and rotate. We're going to do 5 more each side. Left, right, left, right. It's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that is the progressive exercises routine that can be done with floor-based activities. As I said before, Fitball is optional. This band, you'll be wanting to use a reasonably firm band for most people, and just monitor your repetitions based on how difficult that exercise is. So you could probably tell by the video that the second last exercise was quite difficult for me, so I might only do about 8 or 10 of those, whereas the rotations was a bit more manageable, so I could easily do a couple of lots of 20. Either way around, you'd be wanting to do a couple of rounds of those exercises. Thank you.